Hey, what's going on everybody, Jaden here, and in this video I'm going to be showing off my Christmas cubes. I got actually 13 Rubik's Cubes yesterday for Christmas, which boosts my collection up to 40 different functioning Rubik's Cubes. This is going to be a pretty long video since I do actually want to talk about each cube for a little bit, so I don't know how long it's going to be, but it'll be a little bit. So most of these cubes are made by Chi, since I got like a big Chi set. 11 of them are made by Chi. So this is a Chi 2x2. It's a pretty nice 2x2, except for the corner cutting. The corner cutting is not great. So like, I'm just not good with 2x2 either. So here I'm just going to do a little solve. Alright, I solved the red side first. Yeah, I'm pretty bad at 2x2. Oh boy. Yeah, so overall this cube is pretty good. I have another 2x2 here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I have another 2x2 here. This is also made by Chi. I'm not sure if they're the same thing, but they seem to be about the same. This one seems to be slightly better though, but that's probably because I'm used to this one since I've had it longer. So Chi 2x2. So next up we're going to look at the 3x3. This is probably the best speed cube I've ever had yet. This is an amazing cube. I freaking love it to death. It just glides through whenever I'm speed solving it. Or speed solve, I'm not that quick, but you get the point. Alright. This is a really, really good cube, and the only other 3x3 I had was a freaking Rubik's Cube because, well, I'm just not responsible with my cubes, and this thing is just obviously terrible. So, I'm just going to give this one a solve. Alright, seems pretty good, so I'm going to solve it. Oh man, I'm doing bad. I'm doing terrible. This is such a bad solve. Oh man, that was terrible. And that's off. There we go. That was a really bad solve, but anyway, this is a really, really good 3x3. I really like it. Alright, so next up we got the 4x4. This is going to be the only cube in this video that I will say is a pretty bad cube. This is not a great 4x4. It turns alright, but it has like basically no corner cutting, and the sticker placement is terrible. If you look, you'll see how just everywhere they are, especially with the centers. Sticker placement is terrible, and you see it just really just not a good 4x4 at all. I have a Moyu Aosu, which is pretty outdated now, but I've actually had this one for like 3.5 years, and it's still one of my favorite 4x4s that I've had. And I would much prefer this one than this one, so I'll go ahead and scramble it. I won't solve it in this video, but I'll scramble it. I don't recommend this 4x4 at all. I would much recommend a Moyu or like a Yushin 4x4 if anything. Alright, so there we go. So next cube is obviously the 5x5. This is a pretty good 5x5. I like it. It's a really good quality, especially for like a 5x5, you know. Notice how the outer layers are bigger than the inner layers. Technically, that does not need to happen until you get bigger than a 6x6, but it makes it to where it's a lot easier to grip the outer layers, since the there's a step in a 5x5 where you just solve the outer layers. This is a really nice 5x5, but doing algorithms on it, I'm really bad at the 5x5. I'm really bad at it. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do the checkerboard pattern, see how the colors look. I really like that dark red. I like how that looks. Yeah. I got two other 5x5s right here. I've got a Yushin purple 5x5 and a Rubik's 5x5. Rubik's 5x5 is just garb. Okay. And Yushin 5x5, this is a pretty good 5x5 too. I've solved on this one a lot, and it's a really good 5x5, but I'm missing that cap right there, which is why I mainly wanted another 5x5. This one, I'm not sure if it's better than the Yushin or not. I would have to solve it some more to see, but it is an overall really nice 5x5, and I definitely recommend it. Alright, so next cube I got is this really, really tiny 3x3. It's actually made by Rubik's themselves. If you saw earlier, I made a video on this, I think a year ago or 2 years ago, called the Tiny Cube Huge Cube. I can't speak English. And this cube, it does work, but it turns very badly, obviously because of how small it is, and also because it's made by the original Rubik's company. But this is mainly for just the collection. You'll see if I put out a normal 3x3, the size comparison. This is a pretty tiny 3x3, so pretty cool. I also got this other, just normal Rubik's Cube, but this one is for the collection. I'm keeping it in the box and everything because I got a whole nother Rubik's Cube anyway, plus a Speed Cube, so I'm keeping this in the box just for collection purposes. So now we're moving on to the shape mods. So here we see I have a bump cube, or mirror blocks, whatever you want to call it. This is a pretty good bump cube. It's obviously, like, a bump cube is obviously not supposed to be like a speed cube or anything. It's just a thing that you solve, so I think it's really good. I have a Sheng Xiao one over here that looks terrible because I took the stickers off and repainted them because I didn't like them, and I now regret doing that because the paint has now, came off and everything. This is it's a pretty good bump cube, except for the fact that it's really old and pretty much overused, so it's kind of wearing out and stuff like that. So this one is obviously a lot better. Let's mix this up real quick. I'm not going to solve this in this video, but I'll mix it up. Pretty cool. I also got the 2x2 version of that right here. This one, in my opinion, is really fun to solve. I don't know why. It's also really good turning. I think this one is really good. I'm going to go ahead and mix it up, and I'm going to actually solve it in this video because it doesn't take that long. Alright, that looks like here, let me mix it up some more. Alright. So now I'm going to go ahead and solve it. Yeah, it's a pretty fun cube. Alright, next I got this Scube, made by Chi. Yeah, this is a really good Scube. I really like it. It has a clicking mechanism. But I am really, really terrible at Scube. I cannot solve them fast at all. You're supposed to solve this Scube really fast, faster than a 3x3, and I'm just not that good at it. I have a Sheng Xiao one over here. but it's pretty bad. It's really loud, and it doesn't have a clicking mechanism, and I also broke this piece right here, so it comes off very easily. This one is a lot better. I'll go ahead and mix it up. Drop that. I'll go ahead and mix it up. I'm not going to solve it because I'm terrible at it. But yeah, Scube, pretty fun. Next up, we have probably the easiest cube in my collection, which is the Ivy Cube. I had an old Ivy Cube, but then I lost it. This one was made by Mofangi. I don't know if that's similar to Chi or something, but it came with the Chi set. Yeah, this thing is actually a shape modification of a Pyraminx into a cube shape. And this is a really, really easy puzzle. I'll go ahead and solve it. Yeah, this thing is really, really easy. It turns really good too. It turns a lot better than the old one I had. I don't know who made the old one, but yeah, this is the Ivy Cube. It's a really, really easy puzzle. Next up, we probably have my favorite out of the entire Christmas cubes, which is this Megaminx right here. I had a Shangshao Megaminx, but I lost that cube too. This completely blows that Megaminx out of the water. This is like such an amazing Megaminx. I love it to death. You see how fluid it is, and it corner cuts really well too. Yeah, this is a really good Megaminx. Let's go ahead and mix it up. I'm not going to solve it in this video because it takes me ages to solve a Megaminx, but I also have trouble gripping the Megaminx. So yeah, that's the Megaminx. I really recommend it. Alright, next one we got this Pyraminx. This is a really, really good Pyraminx. I really like it. It uses it uses magnets instead of ball bearings, sorry. So it's a very light click. You can barely notice it. I used to have a Shangshao. I don't know what happened to it, but that one had a really intense click whenever it turned. But this one, the click is barely noticeable, and it's really fast and smooth too. I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up and solve it. Alright, so I'm gonna try to solve this. Yeah, this is a really good Pyraminx. I really recommend it. And last but not least, we have this windmill cube. If you don't know what a windmill cube is, it is basically in between a normal Rubik's Cube and a Fisher Cube right here. If you see, hang on, I'll line it up. If you see on the faces right here, you'll see what I mean. Now, this is a really, really fun shape mod. I love solving it, and it turns really good, especially for like a cube that mixes up like this. This thing is really fun to solve. Yeah, whenever you know how to align it. Yeah, this is a really fun cube to solve. So that is every cube I got for Christmas. Sorry if it was a really long video and if my commentary was pretty repetitive. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you on my next video.